Hey guys, what's going on? This is episode 4 of Foosball Focus, which is the third week of the points race, and this is the match in full. Now this match was for 4th place or better, and on the right side of the table you see Justin West and Caleb Smith. On the left side is Justin Shaw and Johnny Kohtz. And let's take a look at how this one went down. I'll be talking a little bit about what I think was good in the match, perhaps what players could have done better, and just overall giving my thoughts on how the match was in general. So that was a great pass from Caleb at the back there. That's something he's really good at from that push shot, is hitting that nice lane pass, but then also he has many threatening options from his 2-bar to shoot as well, so you can't just camp on one or the other. He mixes it up really well. And it looked as though Justin missed the goal there on that pull side, so it's not the best start to the match, but things can only get better, as they say. Excuse me. Justin Shaw, it was awesome to have him down for our local tournament. We had what was essentially a Nebraska state championships 3 or 4 days after this tournament, as you see him hit a pull push kick there. And so Justin was kind of in the area while he was waiting for that Nebraska state championship, so I convinced him to come down for this DYP. It was a high-low DYP, and he got himself a great partner. Johnny Kohtz is awesome. There weren't many weak teams actually. It was a great night in general. You see Justin going for a 5-bar shot there. That's Justin's style. Justin Shaw, that is. He's never been one to have a dominating 5 up front, but he's very tricky and he can generate a lot of points either from scoring from the 5-bar, or the ball will bounce off your goalie and go to his 3-bar, so he'll get possessions that way. And he has one of the strongest pro-rated, one of the strongest 3-rows I would say on tour, really. He has a great shot, very tricky. Justin West, you should know by now, he's been on a few of the episodes, and he just has a great 5. And like I said before, just a really strong snake shot. I was giving him shit about how he didn't go straight much last week, and I think he does go straight a few times in this match. This is my first time watching this back through, but you can see this is a pretty cagey start to the match. Still just 1-0 to Justin Shaw and Johnny Kohtz. And Johnny's just looking to kind of dump that ball up to Justin, it looks like. Up to Shaw, that is. But so far, West has been doing a good job on Justin Shaw's 5-bar. Making lots of blocks. And there you go. I'm not sure if that was a pass or a shot, but due to that kind of high-risk style of 5-bar that Justin has, there's going to be a few mis-executions like that end up on goal, and again, they can go in from time to time, which is, in the favours of Justin Shaw. Another wicked pass there from Caleb up to Justin. Seems like Justin Shaw, I have a feeling this is the first time Shaw has ever played against Caleb, so he really doesn't have much of an idea as to what he does. As Justin has another shot here to make it 1-1, and he puts that one away to the push side. So at 1-1, Justin Shaw kind of fumbles the ball backwards there. Got a little lucky that it went to Johnny and not to Justin West. I'm going to be saying Justin and Justin all night. I think I'm just going to go with West and Shaw from now on. What a sick push kick that was from Caleb. So now Justin Shaw's thinking, well, Caleb can do a push shot, a push kick, he's got the passes, so it's going to be really hard to kind of know exactly what Caleb's going to do next, which is what makes Caleb such a good offensive goalie, actually. And one thing I do like about Caleb's style, I don't know if you noticed that, you can rewind and watch that, but Justin Shaw was, as he passes again through the lane, Justin Shaw was putting his guys up, almost baiting Caleb to take something early, but Caleb's very well disciplined back there. He'll take his time, and make sure that he's comfortable with what he sees and what he wants to go for. He's not going to be talked into anything. You see Justin doing it again there, Shaw, rather, on the 5 bar. But Caleb's just very disciplined. He won't do anything too quick unless it's by his say-so. So the winner of this match went on to play against myself and Kenny Morrow, who lost the winners bracket final to Chris Havel and Joe Long after they played some outstanding foosball, it must be said. Joe Long blocked really well and Chris played like a beast up front. So yeah, the winner would be playing us in the losers bracket final. Myself and Kenny, that is. That's another tricky pass Justin does off the back wall. Super fast rock. Justin's snake shot's not exactly the most orthodox either. And you kind of get the feeling the super wide rock is almost to create the illusion that he's going to go to one of the corners, and then he tightens the rock up at the end and just does a middle. Whilst you as a goalie, you spread your legs looking for the longs. So that's kind of one of those shots that will work once or twice, but I don't think it would work for an entire match. Having said that, a lot of Justin Shaw's games like that, and he's been making it work for 20 years. So 3-2, let's see. 3-2 is a big point. Who can kind of take control of this? I always look, observe my own kind of stats and also my opponent's stats at big points like this. As you can see at 3-2 there, it was a nice shot from Justin to make it 3-3. You know, you can miss a lot of shots at 0-0 and 0-1, but when it comes down to crunch time, when it's 3-3, 3-2, 4-3, these bigger points, how well are you converting? How well are you valuing the possessions? And you can see Justin Shaw stroke that one home with ease to make it 3-3. On the flip side, at 3-3 with Justin having the ball, he wasn't able to pass and score straight away, which kind of just makes this point become a little more valuable. And you know, whoever gets this 4th point for the team has a lot of advantage and likelihood of winning this first game. So let's see, Johnny Kohtz there at 3-3, turning the ball over. Not the most ideal thing to do, but Justin can't make him pay. And you know, the difference between the masters and the lower level players is simply that those guys don't miss the points at 3-3 all that often. They really do take their time and value it, and punish the defenders for doing things like turnovers. Caleb having a little bit of trouble there, calls a timeout. Wise decision again from Caleb. Not choosing to panic and do something that he wasn't comfortable doing. He just took a timeout, resets the clock, and goes back to his series. Look at Justin's Adidas Samba shoes there. I just bought myself a pair of those on Monday. Very good football trainers, or soccer trainers as some of you in the US might understand a little better. Excuse me. Alright, so Caleb putting the ball back into play at 3-3. It's their first time out and scoring straight off the bat, so he obviously had a plan. Great shot by Caleb. So now he's scored a push kick, he's done a short, and he's done some passes. And it's kind of given Justin Shaw fits, you can tell, as he tries what I would call a trick shot pass, but again for Justin that's just his regular game. He's given Justin some fits with his 2-bar, and definitely some food for thought as to what he's going to do in future games. If they're going to continue to be successful in this match, he's going to have to tone down the success that Caleb is having at the back. Because at the moment Johnny Kohtz is being kept under control by Justin, but Caleb is definitely outperforming Johnny at this point. Looks like they make a timeout there for offensive reasons. Justin Shaw is a multi-goalie wars champion, does have a great 2-row. So he went back there at this point, you can tell, to put something on goal and see if he can score a point to get them to 4-4. Which, you know, I like this decision because up to now he's not been back there, so Justin doesn't really have an idea of what he's going to do. Although Justin is one of the best forwards at putting pressure on a 2-bar and stuffing the goalie shots, but Justin Shaw went spray long on that one super fast, and that got them back to 4-4. It's interesting that they didn't switch back at this point, because Justin hasn't been shooting well on Johnny. He has been passing decent on Justin Shaw, but he's not been shooting well on Johnny. But they stayed that way, and we'll see how it works out here. And a pretty smart decision by Justin to take time out there at 4-4 in the first game. Shaw is a great blocking goalie, actually, I should mention that. So he obviously has confidence in his own blocking skills, which is why he went back there. I do think, though, if he would have thought things through, yeah, you see as they switch here and Johnny's gone back to goal, he now realizes that, well, actually, West has not been scoring that well on Johnny. So I think they should have stayed the other way around for that one. And perhaps Shaw could have got a steal on Justin's 5-bar. Having said that, it may still work out for Justin and Johnny, that is. Shaw and Johnny, as West puts the ball back into play. And Kohtz comes up with another save there. Johnny Kohtz, my man, 4-4. Got a little bit lucky there not to turn the ball over. Let's see if Shaw can make a pass here at 4-4. Again, it goes back to those clutch points and situations. And again, I'm not sure if that was a 5-bar shot or a misexecuted middleman. But either way, you can see that the kind of tenseness of the situation is getting to both forwards right now, as they're not able to execute at 100%. So another chance for Shaw here to win the first game. He's gone into looking to do a 5-bar shot there, and you know, his 5-bar's not really been working that well. West has kind of controlled him pretty well, to be honest. And which is why he's going for some 5-bar shots. Oh wow. Turning the ball over there at 4-4, not your ideal thing to do. And West there, it almost looked like because he got the ball off a turnover, he could afford to take a risk, and he hit an excellent bounce pass there. But again, blocked by Johnny. So Johnny is not gonna roll down and die here at 4-4 in the first game. Ooh, could be another costly turnover here. It's been a couple of turnovers now for Kohtz. And West finds the pull side to win the first game. 5-4. I was going to say 1-0, but that's not right. 5-4. Well, it looked like both forwards had their chances in that one. So even though West and Caleb ended up coming out with it, I wouldn't say it was convincing by any means. Both forwards had opportunities on the 5-bar and the 3-bar to put the game away, and it took a few attempts for finally Justin West to do so. So Justin Shaw and Johnny Kohtz here are by no means out of this one. and let's see how this second game starts. See if Justin Shaw can get rolling on the 5-bar here, because so far West has been shutting him down. Starts out with a steal to the 5 for Justin West. So he closed out that last game with a pull side. That time he tried to go push side, and it looked like the push side was actually there and he hit the corner. So that was unfortunate, because it looked like he made the right read. And again, they're making a switch here. Looks like they took a timeout to do so. So at 0-0, they've took a timeout in order for Justin to get back there. That's very interesting. I'm not sure again if I agree with this play, but I don't doubt that Justin has an excellent 2-bar. So I understand that he's looking to create offense from a defensive position. Because Johnny certainly hasn't been a threat on goal, so yeah, I can kind of understand the switch. This is where if I was Caleb, I would be exploiting the fact that Johnny is a weaker player up front, and I would be looking to pass the ball to Justin often, because most weaker players are set up to block shots and don't cover passes very well. Again, this is kind of just a general assumption, but I would say it's fairly accurate, especially in our local scene. And then, you know, you give the ball to your forward, and he puts the pressure on the other forward who's now in goal, and you put yourself in a good position. Shaw's just kind of dropping bombs back there, going for broke. Definitely not looking to pass to Johnny at this point, which wouldn't be a bad play actually, because Justin West won't be expecting it. You can see there he tried to do a pass. West should have caught that one really. It was a good play by Caleb. Justin West won't be expecting Shaw to pass from the back there, and Johnny, as you can see there from the 5-bar pass, is actually not a bad forward. He's got a decent 5-bar, and he certainly can stroke a pull shot. But that one was well blocked there. It looked like he tried to do a middle. Caleb continuing to mix up his 2-bar, and Justin Shaw continuing to go for broke from the back. And so far he has scored the 1 point, but it's not been hugely successful. Another shot on goal there. The problem is with Justin and Johnny being this way round is they do gain some offense with Justin Shaw's 2-bar, but what they lose is Shaw's ability to control the game up front by catching loose balls and having a superior 5-bar to Johnny as well. Even though I did mention Johnny does have a decent 5-bar, I would still say that Justin Shaw's 5-bar is better. And so unless Justin Shaw is going to score at a high rate from the goalie position, he's kind of going to end up being penned in the goalie position, and as he does score there, and Justin's going to have Justin West, that is going to have a lot of free possessions to take shots. Like right there, I think they should switch back. I really think they missed the boat on that one, because Johnny's still blocking Justin pretty decently, and Shaw has a better chance of defending West's 5 than Johnny does. Johnny does have a solid offensive game, but defensive 5 has never really been his strong point. This was a high-low DYP, and Johnny was the weaker player on the team, although plenty of years of experience. So he found the hole on Shaw there, and now Shaw's gone back up front. I think they should have gone back up front on Justin's drop, to be honest, but on West's drop, that is. And this whole West Shaw thing's really screwing with me. As he hits another pull push kick, he's hit quite a few of those, and I think Caleb needs to start thinking about blocking that and making Shaw show him something different. West 5 bar, so smooth. A wicked brush to the wall there. And again, I think that's the wrong move. I think Johnny should have been in the back. I think Shaw is forgetting how well Johnny has been blocking Justin up till this point. But I do think that part of the reasoning is that if he does make the block, he has the ball on the 2 row, and he knows that he's been more productive than Johnny on the 2 row. But still, I don't think it's been productive enough and threatening enough on goal to warrant being in the back for a defensive play. Shaw should have probably had that one. He telegraphed that lane pass. And he looks like Shaw's starting to control Caleb a little bit better, which is making him more of a non-factor. Johnny so far offensively has been a non-factor. And I don't necessarily mean that in a negative way. I think, you know, some of the best goalies are kind of a non-factor in that they don't get noticed, they don't turn the ball over. They may not score points, but they are not getting stuffed and they are not turning the ball over. Personally, I like my goalie to be a non-factor. After the match is done, if no one remembers what my goalie's done, that's because he's played a solid match. That's how I look at it. Justin able to pick this one up on the 3 bar, loose ball, and it's 2-2 here. Let's see what he does. It looks like the push side was open, but it kind of was fortunate to rattle around and eventually drop in. So now again another crucial point, 3-2. Justin's going into hyperspeed on the 5 bar. And again he can't make that possession count, although he does pick up this 2 bar pass from Caleb. It looks as though he is cottoning onto that now. I think Justin's tried that pass a couple of times where he's come off the wall and then brushed it down to the wall. I think Shaw has recognised that now and is taking that away. So next time he bounces it off the wall, I'd like Justin to brush through the lane and show Justin Shaw that he can do both things. That was another straight there by Shaw. The problem with defending against Shaw is you can see, I've already said that he scored a few pull push kicks to the straight hole on Caleb. So Caleb's aware of that, but that John Wayne is a completely different look to that pull push kick. Even though it goes in the same hole, it's really hard to stay on the straight when you know you're going to leave a huge long or a huge middle. And if I was Justin Shaw there, I would have carried on Pepper in the straight hole. He did a rolling pull shot to the middle. I think that was kind of a mistake in terms of what's been working so far. But you know, everyone has a different plan. There's 100 ways to skin a cat, so certainly he could have been setting something up for later. They're 4-3 up, so he can afford to take a risk, that's for sure. And it looks as though they're going to switch again for Justin to go into goal for offense. I don't mind this play so much. It becomes a problem to me when they're staying this way for defensive purposes, and when Justin Shaw's 2-bar success rate is not that high. And so far it's been just high enough. He scored a couple of points, but for all the possessions he's had back there, I think the risk outweighs the reward. And I think if I were them, I would stay with Johnny in the back. But I don't have a cannon of a 2-bar like Justin Shaw, so what do I know? But this is a must-win game for them. Remember, they're 1 game down. And that was almost a turnover. See, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Justin West is so good at creating turnovers from the 2-bar. Wow. Johnny kind of got a bit fortunate on that one. So this really has been an even match. 5-4 to West and Caleb in the first game. 5-3 to Shaw and Johnny Kohtz in the second game. It does look as though West is starting to heat up on the 3-row though. So that kind of momentum might carry forward into the early stages of this game. He does seem to have a habit of that, of starting the match not scoring that well, but then by the end of the match scoring at a very high rate, and I think that's down to the fact that he's figuring out the defense, because he is, you know, I think he is one of the smarter players certainly we have here locally. And that was a deep push side. Well scored there. Johnny was kind of all over the straight and the pull side there. Justin's 5 hasn't really... Justin Shaw's 5 that is, hasn't really got going the whole match. Let's see what he does here. Look for Caleb to block the straight. If I'm Caleb, I'm taking away the straight. See, that was well played. He finally kind of stayed there and said, look, you're going to have to beat me with a middle or a long. And I don't mind Shaw's effort shooting straight because it's been working great. It was just a good adjustment by Caleb. And now Shaw needs to think about his next shot, whether or not he wants to try another straight. Bear in mind they're 2-0 down at this point. I don't think it's the time to be risking risking a straight to see if the well has run dry. But he does another straight, and Caleb does jump off it. Maybe Caleb was thinking along the same lines I was, that he couldn't risk another straight. But it ended up working out for Shaw. Personally, I would have liked to see him do a long or a middle, but when you think results oriented, he did score, so it must have been a good play. Justin West hitting a middle there. Good job, Justin West! Scoring a middle! So it looks like West is 3 for 3. Or 2 for 2. I can't quite figure out where their third point came from. I wasn't watching. Let's see. Caleb looked to stay home for the straight there. Wow, and Justin went for a rolling pull shot to the long. And that was well blocked by Caleb. So 3-1 down here. See, if I'm Justin Shaw at 3-1, I'm taking a little more time on the shot. It's all very well going for the pull push kick again, but sit on the ball, give him something to worry about. It was a great block in the end by Caleb, who seems to have kind of made a decision now to stay on that straight. That was well kept out. But yeah, it's a pretty poor performance on the 5-bar by Justin Shaw, which has to be credited down to West's 5-bar D. It's been pretty solid. Wow, as Caleb hits another push kick there. So I think West and Caleb definitely deserve this 4-1 lead. West has been just a little more solid overall in the forward position. His shooting percentage has been pretty good. His 5-bar has looked solid. And for all the switching they've done, Shaw's not been able to generate enough points. Wow, as he goes middle there. That was a tight middle, and Caleb looked like he was just staying on the straight. So that was a good shot by Justin, to give Caleb at least something to think about, and if he does get the ball again, maybe he can build on that middle. Justin dropping a pass there. And you can see here Shaw's still just continuing to drop bombs back there and go for goal. I wouldn't mind the option of passing it up to to Johnny here because it's going to be so unexpected. Let's see what Johnny does here. I doubt he's going to shoot. He threatens and wisely calls a timeout, which I think is a good decision. One ball at a time. If they get this one, it puts a little pressure on West and Caleb to close out the match. And Justin Shaw's been scoring at a decent rate as well. I'm going to guess somewhere around about the 50% mark. Let's see what he decides to shoot though. He's been peppering the straight, and Caleb's finally looked to say no, it's going to be middle or long. And Justin, on his last possession, Shaw went middle. So let's see what he decides to do here. If I'm Shaw, I'm probably looking to go long. And he did the pull push kick, and Caleb stayed home. So that's good defending by Caleb there. And he looked to do the pull kick, and I think that one went wide of the goal. I think it was actually open. Wow, that was a good save by Caleb. Caleb really is a good goalie at keeping out slop, and just such a steady Eddie back there. So nice shot on goal there by Johnny Kohtz. As West has a chance here to put the match away. I do think they have deserved the win, West and Caleb. And I don't think Justin's missed in this third game actually, so he's really come alive. Wow, and that was a deep pull side to finish. Looked like Johnny was on that one. So, there you have it guys. Hope you enjoyed the commentary and enjoyed watching the match. And don't forget to watch the episode in full. Thank you.